All right, thanks, guys. The Canadiens take on the Penguins, 7 o'clock Eastern, puck drop in the Steel City. The Penguins are $1.85, totals at 6. We did see a nickel fade of Pittsburgh in the early wagering. They open $1.90, down to minus 185, totals at 6 flat. 68% of the consensus are leaning toward Pittsburgh, 67% shaded toward the over. Right now, Montreal is plus $1.65 on the money line. Pittsburgh plus $1.40 on the puck line. We have Tristan Jarry for the Penguins, Carey Price for Montreal. Carey Price comes into this game with a .271 goals against and a .913 save percentage. Montreal ranks in the top 3 in the NHL in offensive shots on average per game. They're also in the top 5 in road scoring. We're looking at a Montreal team who is 17-10 against the spread when traveling. Now, Pittsburgh on the other side, they rank in the bottom 10 in shots allowed at home. And out of their 28 home contests this year, they've successfully covered the puck line in just 11 of those games. Now, total-wise, Pittsburgh's 5-3-1 to the under in their last 9. They're also 16-12 to the under on their home ice. Meanwhile, Montreal 4-0 to the under in their last 4 themselves. I'm going to lean toward the road dog in this one. Give me Montreal plus 1.5 and the under 6 goals in that game. And before we go ahead and move on, just want to take a quick timeout and welcome you to the show. Got some lines and personal leans out for Friday's NHL action. Happy Friday to you. The weekend is finally here, and I feel absolutely just lucky to be able to just engage with you each and every day. I always say I have the absolute best viewers, commenters, and patrons in the world. I have the best supporters in the world. You guys are awesome. I love doing this each and every day for you. You guys certainly are worth it. You guys certainly deserve it. So it's definitely an honor and a privilege for me to be able to produce this content for you each and every day. Simply put, you guys are just awesome. You guys rock. So anyway, guys, before we go ahead and move on, just want to quickly remind you once again to check me out on my website at patreon.com/BrockPage, where we do daily premium sports picks on that website beginning at just $1.99 per month. Now, we're coming off a 3-2 day yesterday on that website. We went 60% yesterday in our 5 premium picks. It's going to improve our record to 20-5 in our last 25 extra daily picks. And of course, that extra daily pick is a package that I offer. It's just $2.99 through the end of the month. Now, we have ourselves a monster college basketball package tier play going off tonight. And the good news is we are 7-2 in our last 9 college basketball package tier plays. So we're looking to make it 8-2 in our last 10. There's only one way to find out if we're going to do that, and that's sign up for that college basketball tier package on my Patreon website. Link for the site is in the description section below. Of course, if you're on the fence about it, just keep in mind there are over 1,100 members on that site, over 1,100 members on that site, and they all came over here. They all went over there from this YouTube channel, so that's how they heard about it. Anyway, guys, once again, link for that site is in the description section below, and that is patreon.com/BrockPage. All right, let's go ahead and dive into some more free lines and personal leans right here on YouTube. All starts Eastern Standard Time. And on deck, we've got the Sharks taking on the Jets. And all games tonight are at 7 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. So, once again, the Sharks taking on the Jets, 7 o'clock Eastern, puck drop in Winnipeg. The Jets are minus 150, total at 6. We did see a nickel move toward Winnipeg in the early wagering. They open $1.45 up to minus 150. Total open M remains at 6 flat. 67% are leaning Winnipeg, 52% on the under. Right now, the Sharks are plus $1.30 on the money line. Winnipeg plus $1.65 on the puck line. We have Connor Hellebuyck for the Jets, Aaron Dell for the Sharks. Hellebuyck comes into this game with a .271 goals against and a .919 save percentage. Winnipeg winners of 3 out of their last 4. Meanwhile, the Sharks on the other side winners of just 3 out of their last 9. They rank in the bottom 3 in the NHL in offensive shots on average per game. Now, total-wise, the Sharks are 4-3-1 to the under in their last 8. They're also 16-11 to the under when traveling. Winnipeg on the other side, 17-13 to the under on their home ice. I'm going to lean Winnipeg Jets minus 150 and the under 6 goals in that contest. Next matchup, Devils taking on the Hurricanes, and that's going to be obviously a 7 o'clock Eastern puck drop there. Carolina's the massive $2.65 favorite, total at 6. Now, we did see movement on both the side and the total in this one. We saw a 10-cent move toward the Hurricanes. We also saw movement upward on the total. The Canes opened 255 up to minus 265. Total open 5.5 up to 6 flat. 73% are leaning Carolina, 54% on the over. Right now, the Devils are plus 225 on the money line. The Hurricanes minus $1.20, laying the goal and a half. We have Peter Mrazek for the Canes, Luis Domingue for New Jersey. Dominguez just 3-6 on the year, 374 goals against, 882 save percentage. Peter Mrazek on the other side, 274 goals against average, 901 save percentage. Carolina 18-9-1 on their home ice. They're in the top 10 in home scoring. They're also ranking first in the NHL in shots allowed at home. One more thing to add about Carolina: they're allowing just 2.5 goals per contest on their home ice. The Devils on the other side, they rank in the bottom 10 in scoring on average per game, bottom 3 in goals allowed. Meanwhile, the Devils 4-4 to the over in their last 8. Carolina 5-1 to the over in their last 6. I'm leaning toward the home chalk in this one. Very square play. Give me Carolina minus 1.5 and the over 6 goals in that contest. Next and final matchup for the show, it is going to be Rangers Blue Jackets, 7 o'clock, Columbus, Ohio. The Blue Jackets are minus 150, totals 5.5, and we did see a 10-cent move towards CBJ. They open $1.40 up to minus 150. Total open and remains at 5.5. 59% are leaning Columbus. 54% shaded toward the over. Right now, the Rangers are plus $1.30 on the money line. Columbus plus $1.95, laying the goal and a half. Elvis Merzlikins for the Blue Jackets. Igor Shesterkin for the Rangers. Now, I do see a lot of spots having Shesterkin as the starter tonight. Having said that, though, he is listed as questionable day to day with an ankle injury, so he is not confirmed. But keep in mind, a lot of spots having Igor Shesterkin as the projected starter for the Rangers. But regardless of who's starting in the pipes for New York, I'm looking at a Columbus team who's got Elvis Merzlikins starting tonight. He's projected to start, and he's coming into this game with a 218 goals against and a 930 save percentage. We're also looking at a Columbus team who ranks first in the NHL in goals allowed on average per game. They also rank in the top 5 in shots allowed. Now, they're giving up just 2.1 goals per contest on their home ice. Now, the Rangers on the other side, they rank in the bottom 10 in goals allowed on average per game, bottom 3 in shots allowed. 3 out of New York's last 4 games did stay under the total. Meanwhile, Columbus, this is a really alarming trend here. Columbus, 23-8 to the under on their home ice. A lot of unders cashing for under bettors when Columbus is at home. I'm going to lean toward another favorite in this one. Give me Columbus minus $1.50 and the under 5.5 in that game. All right, let's go ahead and dive into some shout-outs brought to you by patreon.com/BrockPage, where once again we do daily premium sports picks on that site, beginning at just $1.99 per month. Shout out to Marquise Miner, Karen Zaransky, Kenneth DeLoe II. Kenneth, that's a great name. KD2, Kenneth DeLoe II. Shout out to Pittsburgh Gentleman, PA. Shout out to SOP, LFD Stinker, Andrew Reyes, Traptown, NCS. Shout out to Anita Konica. Say the words, Brock. Shout out to Christian Monroe, Max Blason, Chris Brunette, Virgil Scardino, Mick Street, ST50, and last but certainly not least, gotta give a shout out to Young Keem the Dream. All right, guys, that's gonna do it for me. Don't forget to check me out on Patreon. But most importantly, guys, I gotta thank you for joining me right here on YouTube. I really hope you enjoyed all this great free content, all this great free information. Happy Friday to you. Happy Valentine's Day to you. Hopefully you have something good planned tonight. I am going to a very well-known steakhouse with the wife, owned by a very famous chef. So that's what I'm doing tonight. But happy Friday to you. Best of luck to you. Hopefully you guys have a great start to your weekend. And as always, don't forget to check me out on my website at patreon.com/BrockPage.